Hello everyone, welcome to MT4Professional. Today we're going to go over a live market scanner for MT4, and we're going to go through a demonstration of MT4Professional solution for live market scanner. If you have any questions or comments over in the chat panel or in the question and answer pane on your Zoom control panel, you'll find a way to insert your questions, and we'll be glad to answer them as soon as we get a chance. I'll be accepting questions throughout the presentation today, so feel free to ask at any time. And then if you hang around for a few minutes, then at the end of today's presentation, I'm going to make a very, very, very special Memorial Day offer for you, those who are attending today, so you don't want to miss out on that. First, I want to let everyone know that all information that we provide is for educational purposes only. Resilient Traders and MT4Professional.com are not registered trading advisors, so we cannot give you specific trading advice, but what we can do is we can teach and train you about scanning the market, about trading, about specifics about learning how to trade. But we don't give you out signals. We don't give out any specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. Futures, stocks, spot currency, Forex options all have great potential rewards, but they also have a large potential for risk. Make sure you understand the risks involved and are willing to accept them if you're going to trade in any of these markets. So please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start investing or trading in any of these markets. My name is Randy Lindsay. I'm the trade coach and operations director here at MT4Professional. Claudio Cardinal is joining me today. He's our product development director, technology guru. Anything technical goes through Claudio. If you have any questions, we're both here today to answer any of your questions or any specific demonstration needs. We're going to be going through a market scanner. We're going to go through a definition, what it is, and what is MT4Professional. I'm going to give you a live demonstration. I'm going to launch the software and go through every bit of it for you, answer all of your questions, and make you a very special offer for today's Memorial Day presentation. So let's get going. So what is a market scanner? What is MT4Professional? If you look at all the symbols and all the opportunities you have available to you right now, there's 50 Forex pairs, 20 CFD units, and 9 different time frames. And that's just on MT4. There are a lot more on MT5. That's more than 630 different combinations. So do you really think that you're able to do this manually? Go through all 630 combinations and pairs to look for trade opportunities. Do you think that you might be missing a few of those? I think you might. We were all the time. Today, trading on different instruments is a must because it diversifies your portfolio, and trading uncorrelated instruments is a great way to remove uncertainty and to improve your trade win percentages. So a perfect solution for trying to find different instruments in the setups and scanning through all of these different instruments is a market scanner. A market scanner, what is it? How does it work? It's an automatic tool that should allow us to scan the entire market at any time on any time frame with any custom rule set that we give it to find the trades that we're interested in. So not so much a signal provider, but a tool to help us to analyze and to trade the strategies that we want to trade using any indicator that we have at our disposal. So one simple example, and most common example that we can find, is a cross of 2 moving averages. A bullish cross is a fast moving average crossing a slow. A bearish cross is a fast moving average crossing under the slow. So if we say that the bullish cross is green and the bearish cross is red, then a good setup might be like we see over here on the right, where we have all of our different instruments set up, and we have like a spreadsheet table that shows us either bullish or bearish setups based upon this moving average cross to let us know that there's a potential trade setup. Because like this, you can very quickly look through the entire list and scan for potential trade setups. You see that the euro yen is strong on both the 1 hour and the 1 minute. You can see that the hourly chart is very bearish for a lot of the instruments, but the shorter time frame is very bullish. So that could be either potential turnarounds, it could be noise, it could be simple corrections that will continue to trade. So you can see there are quite a few opportunities that you can see right here that are building, that you have opportunities to take trades on. So that's the idea behind Market Scanner and what it should do for you. So what are you looking at multiple time frames? Well, did you know that trading with multiple time frames will give you a higher probability of a profitable trade? Well, that's right. It's due to correlation. And it's just one of the advantages of using multiple time frames. So if we're checking multiple time frames when we are doing our scans, then you can see that we will have a higher probability and lower risk trade entries, because what we're doing is we're trading in harmony with the longer term market. On the right, you see a chart that has an M15, an hourly, and a 4-hour time frame. You can see the 4-hour time frame is relatively smooth. Most of the time it's going up with some short correction periods. But if you see the hourly and the 15-minute, then they're relatively choppy, and you can see a lot more correction periods within this longer term trend. Well, if you're trading in the direction of the longer term trend, you can see automatically that you're going to be taking much better profits if you're trading in that longer term direction, okay, in any direction, than you are if you're trying to fade it. If you're trying to take these trades that are going against the longer term direction, then you're not going to have a higher probability to have a successful outcome. So if we had a market scanner then that could not only search for the setups based on our rules, but also verify the direction based upon longer term or multiple time frames, it would be an extremely valuable tool. Our problem was that as professional traders, we could not find a professional scanner that met our criteria, that we could use any instruments on, that we could use any indicators on, and that would help us with multiple time frame analysis. So what we did find was either too complex to configure, it was unstable, it was a single tool that really wasn't integrated with the entire system. It was incompatible with a lot of the indicators that were standard on MT4, and there were a lot of other issues. So our solution, of course, was to develop our own. So we sat down and developed MT4Professional for our own daily trading. And now it's the #1 market scanner on both MT4 and MT5. It's a tool that allows you to instantly scan the entire market for setups that match your own rules, your own unique criteria. When you find a good setup, MT4Professional allows you to enhance your analysis using multiple time frame analysis, which really isn't so easy to do on either MT4 or MT5. And I will show you all the details of that. So stay tuned. We're going to go through a quick poll at this time to see what it is about scanners that you specifically like best. So how can a market scanner best benefit you? Is it less risk of missing trades, less time wasted searching for trade setups, a better chance of finding high probability trades, or you just don't know? Just find the one that best benefits you. As soon as a good percentage of those in the room have completed the poll, Claudia will bring it to a conclusion, share the results with us, and then we'll move on. These polls are great because they help us to structure the rest of the presentation and help us to better meet your specific needs. All right, better chance of finding high probability trades. A whopping 67% of the responses were in that area. That's great. Those of you who don't know, that's okay, because we're going to be going through a lot more information as we continue. All right, the next poll. Which scanner configuration most interests you? EMA and price. You're looking at price interacting with an exponential moving average. You like MACDs and signal lines for your signals. You like the alligator? A lot of people are very popular indicator there. Moving average crossovers or any other instruments, indicators that you might personally have, that you might have written yourself even, custom indicators. So if you have a configuration that might interest you. All right, moving average crossover, I'll spend most of my time on that. And then we'll go over some other instruments as well. So we'll definitely do that. So thank you very much for your time. All right, so let's get right into the demonstration, and that way I'll be able to do that for you. I currently have the EMA and price setup, so I'll quickly go through that, and then I'll go into the moving average crossover, because this is very similar in that you were looking at price crossing over the moving average. So that's a similar move from two moving averages that are crossing. So you see if price crosses over the exponential moving average, we're looking at that as a bullish move, and we would want to start to get long in this position. When we see in this particular case a close below the EMA, then we're looking to be bearish. So in any condition, if we see the close above, we want to see a green box. If we see a close below, then we want to see a red box. So by looking at this on multiple time frames, then I can see right now the Euro US dollar 15-minute is on a bull setup. So I can see 3 green boxes across on this. So the information that you can get from this is very good. So let's look at how MT4 Professional does this. How is it sitting here telling us we have these particular setups ready to go? So if you select configuration and you find the EMA and price configuration, click the edit button, and then you can see the chart set up over on the right and the scanner configuration is on the left. You can see on the right, I have 3 different charts set up, 15, 30, and hourly charts. One is larger than the other 2. You define all of that here in the setup. Here you can see I have a larger window with 2 smaller windows. Each one of them shows a time frame and a template that's displayed. You can load any template that you have developed already to make it look exactly like you have on the screen. So this way, every time it loads, it will load up looking exactly the way that you want it with the time frame that you want to load on it. Easy, easy, easy. If you want to add another chart, just simply click on add a window. Some charts may be overlapping, so you can click the tile window and it'll automatically tile all of these chart windows to be the same size. If you don't want them to be the same size, then you can just remove one and then resize the window so that it matches the layout that you specifically want. Okay. Simple pull down menus allow you to select whatever time frame that you want to use. And templates, you can use the current template on any of them, or you can click the plus sign to select from any of the templates that you have available on your MT4 or MT5 platform. Also, you have access to the list of symbols. From this point, you can change or update the symbol list to be any symbols that you want to look for or that you want to scan for. You can also click on the scanner itself. Now, the scanner includes all of the rules that you need in order to change the color of the cells. These are what we call color rules. The rules are based upon the indicators or any outputs of the logic that you want to use. And this first one, and the only one that we have here, is called a main color rule or main CR. And if you click the pencil, you can edit what the conditions are. So the first condition, to make it turn green, of course, you can make it any color that you want. I want to see price greater than the moving average. So like I said before, when I see price closing greater than this moving average, I want it to be green, bullish. That's my rule. That's what I want to follow. How do I get these in here? If you click on the plus sign, then you get access to any indicator available on your platform. Choose an indicator, select which category that you want it to be in, and then from this list, you can select moving average, synthetic aperture, any of these values that you're looking for. The first one was price, so I would want to look from the price menu. And I can pick the current price, the open, the close, high, or the low. Once you have the one selected, I'll pick close, and I'll use this indicator. There's no input parameters, and shift just allows me to look at like previous price. So if I were to do a shift 2, that's going to look back 2 bars, so give me a time difference. So if I wanted to look at maybe a slope, I can look back 2 and then subtract it from the current one. And if it's greater than or less than, then I know that it's moving up or down based upon the location of the previous bar. So I select OK. And now you can see on my list here, I have price and close of price as available items on my comparing items. So if I'm looking at the close of price greater than the 15 period exponential moving average, and of course I have access to change that if I wanted to. So instead of a 15, I can make it a 20 or a 30. Instead of exponential, I can make it simple or smoothing. So any of the values that you want to use. And it's currently applied to close of price. And so if I want to keep it the same, then I say if price is greater than the 15, it's green. If price is less than the 15, it's red. Simple, easy. Now you can see these are the only 2 conditions. This is the first condition evaluated, or if this one is not true, then it will go and test this one. If this one is not true, then it will go to the default yellow color that we see on top. And make sure you always give it a name, and the name can be any name you give it. It doesn't matter what the name is, just make sure you give it one that is pretty representative of the thing that you're actually looking for. All right, so that's the main color rule. I have it applied to the 15-minute, to the 30-minute, and to the hourly chart. If I want to add another chart, I just simply click the plus sign, and you can see that it gives me a time frame, and I need to select a color rule. So let me pull it on a 4-hour and select the existing color rule, which is the main. I don't have to go and redefine it. I just say, yes, turn it on, and there I'm set. Now it automatically will go all 4 time frames. It's that easy to add. If you don't want to have that many time frames, just click the X and it removes it, and you can always add any other time frame you want to it. Okay. So that's how you set it up and configure it. Make sure you give it a good description of what exactly this scanner or configuration does, and give the configuration a name so you'll know what it is that you're trying to find. Once you're done, click the Save button. And then once you're done with that, always reload your configuration so that it always comes right back into the same setup. Now notice that MT4Professional is not just a scanner, but it's a tool that allows you to do detailed analysis of your trading. So notice the crosshair that you see on the screen. This is a live price and time crosshair that automatically synchronizes across all 3 of your time frames. So if you see the first bullish cross right here, then you're looking at this as your first potential entry. Now, since this is kind of in a noise, this right here might be a better point of entry. So you can see that this current price and time is currently located on your 30-minute and on your 60-minute. So you can see, yes, I agree. This is probably a higher probability point because this is the high end of your resistance, and a break above that would definitely be a bullish breakout. So you can see that from this point, going long would be the direction to take. That's the idea behind this. So multiple time frame analysis, you're trading in line, and you've got the crosshairs to make that very, very simple. All you have to do is click on any symbol on the list, and every symbol automatically updates on the charts to the right without having to drag and drop the symbols onto each frame. Now, if I go full screen, notice that each of the windows also automatically adjust themselves to full screen. That's also a very nice feature. If I were to go into F11 mode, which is automatic for full screen mode, notice how it automatically fills up my entire screen now. Now I have very full use of all of my real estate. And if I wanted to go back and look at my navigator or the market watch or anything else for that matter, it automatically resizes for me. So all of these are very, very nice features that are not very easy to do on MT4 or MT5, but we just make it very easy and simple for you to do. All right, so we had a lot of interest in moving average crossover. So let's go and find a moving average crossover. There we go. I'll load that one. This is looking at 4 different time frames. So you can see over on the right, I have 4 different charts. And on the right, you can see that from these charts, I'm looking at 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes. All right, so looking at these different time frames, like you can see that I have 2 different time frames, a 15 period moving average and a 30 period moving average. So my bullish cross would be right at this point when my 15 crosses above my 30. That's a bullish cross. I want to be able to see the cross turn green at that point. If this cross is below the 30, then I want it to see it turn red. All right. So notice on the 4 hour, the euro US dollar, the red is below the green. So this should be red. It is. Okay. Here on the 1 hour, the red is greater than the blue. That's green. 15-minute is the same thing. It's green. And the 5-minute, it's in noisy chop. So right now it's saying that it is bearish. So this is a little bit fast for the current time frame. And so the markets are not quite open yet, but they will be soon. So you can see the analysis is true. So what configuration do we need to do in order to get this to happen? You can see that my chart configuration, I have 5, 15, hourly, and 4 hour. I'm using a template that's called the SMA 1530. Again, you can use any template that you want, and you just simply use one chart, set the template up to make it look exactly the way you want it, and then save it. And then click the plus sign to pull up the name from the list of templates that you have, and then you can use that on all 4 of your template settings. But we want to look at the scanner. So let's take a look at the scanner. And right now I have a 5, 15, hourly, and 4 hour, just like we had set up on the scanner itself. And the rule that we're using is called the SMA 1530. Let's take a look at that rule and see what it is that we're doing. Within this rule, we just have a indicator that's called the moving average 15. It's a simple moving average. So if we were to look at this configuration setup, it's just a simple moving average for 15 period based on close. Of course, we can make it any of the available weightings that we want. And it's currently using the most recent closed price. That fast moving average has to be greater than the slow, which is the 30. If that condition is true, we set the box to green. If that is not true, then it's going to evaluate this condition. If the MA15 is less than the 30, we'll make it red. If it's not greater than, and if it's not less than, that means it's exactly equal to, which usually doesn't occur. But if it is, then it will be yellow by default. That's the rule. That's our rules. That's the indicators. And it's very easy to configure it and to set it up to do exactly what you want it to do. So in this condition, you can see across all of these time frames, across every symbol that you're using, the setups that you're looking at. The euro pound is bull, 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 but the longer term is bearish. So we could be looking at a full reversal going on here, or we might be just starting to cycle back out again, where if we start to see the hourly go back red again, then we'll start to see that from this side. Likewise, the pound is just starting to go red, but we see a full bullish cycle going on. So we can see bull, 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 but it's just now starting to go red, which tells me there might be a potential reversal or just a simple correction going on right now. New Zealand Swiss looks like it's the same way, as is the New Zealand yen. So you can see several of them are just starting to change. A more telling would be looking at the 15-minute, because the 15-minute would be in line more with the hourly chart. So if we start to see it change, then we might be on just the right cycle. Looking at that. Jose wants to know if it works with DMI and OBV. If the indicator is available on your platform, then absolutely. So if we were to load this up, I'm sorry, I should just click Edit. Then you go up under the scanner itself and click plus. Then we can set any other condition. We can look for any indicator that we want. And if we look for these oscillators, then you can look for the maybe it's not an oscillator. Is it a Bill Williams tool? I forget exactly where we are on those things. There's the ADX. So yes, ADX, DMI. I don't see DMI unless it's a specific custom indicator. There it is. And unbalanced volume. There it is. So absolutely. They're available. You can use them. You can use it for Forex. It's set up on MT4 or MT5. So whatever symbols that your broker provides you will be available on the platform. So if you have CFDs, if you have stocks, if you have cryptocurrencies, Forex, it doesn't matter. As long as you have data for it, then MT4Professional will work with your setups. But it has to be data provided by your brokerage on either MT4 or MT5 platform. So Fred, did I answer your specific question about the two moving averages and the close above or below? So using this specific example right here, then you can see that we've got the cross of the moving averages, but if you want to include the price close, then all you have to do is just simply edit that cross. And here's the rule set that we're using right now, where the 15 is crossing over the 30, that's bullish. Now we want to see if it's a close. So let's add a plus sign. So not only do we want to see the moving average cross, we want to see price. So let's click the indicator. Let's go up and look for price. We want to see the close of price being greater than the MA15 or the MA30 as well. So either one, I would say the MA30, the lower one. So if we have the moving average crossover and the close of price crossing over, that would give us a very strong bullish condition. Of course, you can make it even something different, the MA15, or you can make it an exponential moving average, or you can make it even a different one. You're not limited in any way what your rule set is. Whatever you have found that works for you, you can set up MT4Professional to work in that way. This is the bullish condition. In the same way, you can do the same thing here. Click plus. All you have to do is just find the same close of price. You want to make sure that it's not greater than, but it's less than. Okay, you have 30 period. And that's now your new rule set. Click OK. Click OK and save it. And now if you load it, this now is evaluating for not only the cross of the moving average, it's also evaluating for the price closing above or below that MA30, just like that. That's how quick and easy it is to configure and set it up. If it's not true in any way, which means that if this is a bullish setup, but the price is still closed not above the 30, but above the 50, then it's going to get yellow. So notice that instead of just being red and green, now we're getting some yellows in here because we're getting some conditions where price is where the crossover has occurred, but price hasn't crossed over the 30 or under the 30 for that matter. Whatever your logic might be. Are there other specific questions then that I could demonstrate for you today? If you have custom configurations or software that you've written yourself, then under the configuration, and you use the specific scanner, then under the indicator, if you were to add a new indicator, let's just go ahead and do this here, then instead of choosing indicator, you can put in a constant value, or you can pick any indicator from your computer. Now notice that the standard indicators that are provided on MT4 or MT5 show up here, but if the indicator that you're using doesn't show up here, then you can pick it from your computer just by simply clicking this button and going through and finding the indicators you're looking for. The ones that we have developed here, Hawkeye, are specifically third-party tools that aren't automatically available on MT4 or MT5. You can select any of these indicators and use them just like you would any of the other tools. So if we were to stop and look at, say, the volume indicator, then you can see that the first 10 parameters of the indicator can be set directly here, or by simply clicking this check mark, it will use the default values the automatic indicator already uses. And all you have to do is specify the indicator line to use right here. You have the first 8 outputs of the indicator at your disposal. And you find out which indicators output to use by looking at your data window. Going here and opening up your data window, you can see right here that by going through and looking at the outputs, you can see that the MA15 has one output, the MA30 has one output, and there's a chart tool that's running in the background. So these are all the outputs that are listed by the tool. So if I were to go to my indicator list, right? I'm sorry. If I were to go over here to my navigator and pull up the indicator I was looking at, say the Hawkeye volume, then you can see that I've got the volume output shown on the chart. Now you can see the output of that volume indicator right here. It's currently showing the second volume indicator, which is the red, which means that the current price is on either red. In this place, it's green. That's the first one. So notice the output here is a value, which is the volume magnitude, but it's currently showing on the current price. So it's showing it's a green volume bar or long. The second one shows if it comes on, then it will show for red volume or short. And the third one is neutral or white volume. So whenever you see any of these conditions showing up, you can see it bouncing between the output 1, output 2, or output 3. See that? That's what you're looking for. So when you go to the configuration and you load the indicator, then the indicator line to use is that output value. So if I'm looking for a long, then I want to use output line 1. If I'm looking for a short, I need to set this to a 2. If I'm looking for a neutral, I'll need to set it to a 3. That's how simple it is. You don't have to make it any more difficult than that. So you don't have to be a programmer to set it up, to use it, to configure it. It's all there ready to go at your disposal any way that you want to use it. So using the setup that I've got here on the chart right now, the criteria to go long or short, we've looked at it as simply, we're looking for price to close above the 30 period, and we need to see red closing above the 30 period. That would give us a entry signal to go long. So if we were to scan back and find that first condition, then you can see right here, the price is already greater than the 30, but the moving average isn't. And so as soon as the moving average crosses over and price is greater than, this gives us our first condition for the long. Okay. So we're looking at this being our first point of entry. Now, if price closes back down below the 30, okay, this could be either your profit point or your exit point. But as soon as price closes back up again, then this could be a re-entry point because the red has stayed above the blue line throughout that period. So you can make the criteria to be anything that you like. And you might find out that you don't really need to look at price closing above or below the moving average, that all you really need is just the cross of the moving average to get you interested in this as a trade. You do the same thing like if you were to look at the MACD. The MACD is in signal. You're looking at the histogram of the MACD and the signal line of the MACD crossing. So whenever the histogram crosses below the signal line, this is a bearish cross. Whenever you see the histogram crossing above the signal line, that's the bullish cross. So using the exact same criteria, you can see where that cross occurs. And if you see price closing greater than your exponential moving average, then that gives you a very nice double confirmation of a long. On one time frame, it's good, but if you can get it on a second or third time frame, then that's even that much better. Okay. So you're looking for those types of setups and those confirmations. So you're looking for the moving average to be greater than your signal line and for price to be greater than the exponential moving average. And that's the rule that you're looking for. That's the setup to go long, or to go short, it's just the opposite. Very simple. Not only will you see this on the scanner, but once the scanner changes, then it can send you a message either on your phone, or it'll send you a message through email, or on the system itself through a pop-up message letting you know that this setup has been met and that you have a potential trade opportunity ready to go. But say, for example, you're not even at your desk, that you've had to go to lunch, or you stepped away for just a little bit. Well, you don't have to worry about that because you'll still get the signal and the information. If you want to look at the trade setup, then just simply pull up your mobile device. MT4Professional comes complete with setups for that. So if you go over to your MT4Professional users area, which is your members site, you just log into it on any of your mobile devices. This is my browser, so I've logged into my MT4Professional members area. And here from this home page, then you can see that I can download the software. I have access to any of the documentation, the Skype group, various other things that I can do. But the nice thing I can do is I can go right into my scanner. So if I click on the scanner, then I have access to any of the scanners I have running on any of my available MT4 accounts. Now I'll move this over here just a little bit to show you. So if I set up and run my scanner, then it shows me the current scanner I've got loaded. Now this is in real time, and this is also a mobile device. So this could be on my laptop, it could be on my desktop, my iPad, it could be on my iPhone, doesn't matter. It's going to pull up on this. And if I find something that looks potentially good, say, for example, the pound Canadian, then I'll just simply click on that on my mobile device. Now notice the symbol that's here on my main computer. If I click on the pound CAD, then it will change the symbol to the pound CAD. It will take a snapshot and it will show me on my mobile device exactly what the setup is and whether I actually have a trade setup ready to go. This doesn't really look like a good trade setup, but it could have been. And so that's the configuration I'm looking for. That's why this is valuable. I don't have to physically be sitting at my desk to be able to check to see if that setup is good. Now, if I've set this up to go mobile, then it'll give me a text message on my mobile device or it'll send me a message right here in my members area letting me know that I have a new setup or a new cross given and I'm ready to take that trade, or I can actually go and look at the chart itself and the time frame that it's given. You can also take snapshots at any time and keep them organized on your MT4 Professional Members area. So any snapshot you've taken can be tagged, it can be organized and shared using the link that's provided either globally or locally. So you can share it on any of the mobile devices through Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, any of the social media outlets that you particularly subscribe to, or um, anything that you like. So everybody's on the same page, and that's the nice thing about it. Last but not least, if you look at a configuration setup and you particularly like it, then you can share it with anybody that's also currently using MT4 Professional. So if you have a group of friends or trading buddies who are currently trading right now and you've developed a really slick setup rule for your trades, you can share that with them and everybody will be up on the exact same page at the same time simply by opening your configuration that you shared with them. Simply click the share rule, search for the trader on the system, and then click on the link to send the setup to them, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So just simply click the button and it'll automatically send that configuration to them. It's that simple. So everybody's on the same page. Are there any questions? Because if there aren't, I'll move on back to the presentation and make you a very special offer for Memorial Day today to help you get started with MT4 Professional today. So you're not left in the dirt when the trades go off and you're just standing there waiting for your other signals. All the opportunities of trades won't be passing you by anymore if you have MT4 Professional. All right. So from the presentation, let's go through a very quick poll to find out exactly what part of the scanner that you like best. From MT4 Professional, do you like the single click integration of the charts? Do you like the scanner? My rules, my way. The Traders Network. The fact that it's mobile so you can take it anywhere, anytime. The ability to do multi-time frame technical analysis, or how easy that you saw it was to set up and use for any of the configurations. Any of these things are great, but which one do you like the best? Go ahead and make your selection. Click the submit button. The quicker you pick the poll, the quicker we'll be able to get to that. Okay, the scanner, of course, yeah, 46% have chosen the scanner. Multi-time frame analysis, absolutely, because that's where you get the high correlation, high probability trade setups, making it easy. So that's really great thing to do. We didn't really go through the Traders Network that much, but that is a very good part of the tools and the features within the set. All right. So let me make a very special offer to you right now. What I want to do is show you the value that MT4 Professional gives you. Full featured MT4 or MT5 software, exclusive access to our Skype community, unlimited configuration, storage, emails, and push notifications, and you get 100 per month SMS notifications if you decide to send it through an SMS messenger. Otherwise, it'll push it directly to your computer or your email or onto your current device that you're using. And you get all of the pre-configured presets that I was just showing you earlier today. I think there's about 15 of them, maybe 16 different pre-configured examples that are already set up for you. Total value of this is about $22.95. What we're doing is for a limited time, we're making that available for $194 a month. but you're not going to pay $194 a month. We normally make it available to you for $97 a month, but today we're slashing even that. So we're going to be making it the incredible low price of only $23 a month. $23 a month. If you use the code Memorial Day 21, then it will take the $97 a month price away, and it will give you the $23 per month code that you can use. Of course, you get 14 days to try the software out absolutely free. You get the full version of the software on either MT4 or MT5 to use for 14 full days before you're ever charged. And if you like it, then just don't do anything. It'll automatically start charging at the end of the 14-day trial. However, if you don't like it and you need to cancel, then you can cancel at any time within this 14-day period, and you will not be charged a penny. That's mt4professional.com/trial to get started today. Use the code Memorial Day 21 that Claudio provided for you on the chat box and the link to get started. $23 a month. Now, this isn't just the first month. What this is a special where it locks you in for the lifetime of your subscription. So you will always be getting the same discount every month for as long as you hold your subscription. This is a huge value. Huge. So take advantage of it. It's good only today. It's Memorial Day 21, $23 per month for the full MT4 or MT5 software. MT4 is the platform that I was demonstrating for you earlier. This right here is the MT4 platform itself. MT5 is put out by the same company. It's a more updated version of the software. Has a lot of different features, but it's still not quite as stable as the MT4 platform. MT4 is also much more accepted by brokerages around the world than is MT5. But both of them are available, and we have access to our software to both of those platforms. So they're a software platform that our MT4 Professional runs on. So while I've got the platform up and running, and I'm showing you MT4 Professional running on the platform, are there any questions that I can show you on what type of setups to look for, or what the Traders Network is all about, or the one-click integration, time and price integration across multiple time frame technical analysis, technical scanning using your own rules, examples? I'm here to demonstrate for you, so ask away and I'll be more than glad to do that. Well, if you don't take advantage of the trial, and if you have more questions later on, then you can simply contact us at support@mt4professional.com and ask any questions you might have from there, and we'll be able to get back to you within 24 hours to help you get going on that. But take advantage of today's offer, $23 a month for a lifetime subscription. It never changes. It won't go up unless you cancel. And if you cancel, it will go right back up to the normal everyday price after that. Can I show any other setups or demonstrate any other conditions that you might be interested in? Now, Jose, you had mentioned something about DMI or OBV. Is there a specific rule that you need to see that I might be able to demonstrate for you? Or for anyone else, is there a specific moving average crossover that you want to see, or any other indicator for that matter? No? Can everyone still hear me? I'm thinking so. I'm just not getting any responses. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, MT4 is professional is so simple that most people pick it up and are up and running in virtually no time. And the reason why I picked up the initial one, like you see, the price and exponential moving average, this is probably the simplest strategy to follow. And a lot of our clients will pick this one up initially just to learn, but they find out that they're becoming very profitable just by following just this simple rule set, by looking for the first close under price, trying to take that as your move, and then it acts as an envelope of resistance as your price comes back up. And then once that resistance is broken, exit the trade and then look for your first pullback as a trade to get back in again. So it's nice to be able to see these types of setups and to see whether they are valid, because in the longer term analysis, this first close below this moving average right here occurred at a point where we were winding down, and it was in an envelope of a increasing downward pressure. So this would just simply be a longer time correction. So we would be looking to get back in short because it's in the direction of the longer term. So this is a higher probability trade entry. James asked for the Tillerson indicator. I do not have the Tillerson indicator. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you that as an example. But in order to do that, you still can. The first thing to do is pull up your data window. Okay, look for the output of that indicator on the data window and notice if it has multiple outputs, which output line you want to use. Take a note of that, and that's how you'll set up your indicator. Is you'll tell the configuration which one of those output lines to use on the evaluation in order to make the rule set that you want it to use. Awesome. All right, Lynn, thanks and welcome. Thank you for joining. I've not heard of a Tillerson indicator, James, but if it's on MT4 and it provides the outputs through your indicator window, then it should integrate very nicely with MT4 Professional. Again, once you sign up, you get 14 days to try the software out absolutely free. And then come to one of our classes or use the online setup guide. If you go over to the homepage and then click on the documentation center, then that will pull up our knowledge base. From the knowledge base, then you'll be able to see any of the quick start programs or setups, the information with regards to the change log of the software or any of the software configurations, selectors, scanners, the configurations themselves, using workspaces, how to change or edit color rules, and so forth. It's all right here. If you even need to change your subscription or how to subscribe or unsubscribe or cancel your subscription, everything is listed here on the helps and knowledge base page as part of your subscription. And everything is all listed right here. And on the top of every page is the ability to download the most recent version of MT4 Professional. And as you can see, the configurations that we provide for you right here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 different configuration examples that you can use to set up and start your own configurations. So these are guides and examples to show you exactly how to do it. And so they're listed under examples. You cannot edit any of these, but what you can do is when you come up here and create your own, then all you have to do is click the Create Your Custom Configuration button, and then all of the creations that you've done, you can copy them, or you can go down to the presets and select any of the presets and copy them. Or if someone has sent you any of their own configurations, then you can click on any of those and use them in your own configurations. So it's just that easy. Easy, easy, easy. Awesome. So you're not going to miss trade setups. Whenever you see a setup, then under the configurations for this particular one, then if you look at the scanner, whenever this changes color, you can select this box right here to give you real-time notification. So anytime this cell changes colors based upon your color rules, you'll get a signal to tell you that that condition has been met. Now that's for any time frame that's set up. So if you're looking at a 1-minute time frame, you're going to get a lot of signals. So it's not recommended to have notifications turned on for very fast time frames. But for longer time frames, it's usually more suitable to do that. And if you want the actual output of the indicator to show on the screen itself, then you can show the output of the indicator by telling it to show that value on the screen. So the value will be printed right here on the chart. So let's go up and see this. I think that it output. There it is. See, the actual output of the indicator is displayed on the screen there for you. So that way you're looking specifically at a value rather than at the actual color code. And in this case, the color code for relative strength is looking for a close greater than 70 or a close less than 30. So you can see that none of the conditions are met to give it a color code, because all the values are either greater than 30 or less than 70. But if you get any of these values to pierce through those upper or lower channels, and that gives you potential sell or buy opportunities. Happy to do that. So I think I covered everything. Should be about it. So again, https mt4professional.com/trial. mt4professional.com/trial is the link to use to get started. $23 a month today, and today only, using the code Memorial Day 21. If you have any questions, you want to get a hold of us, you can contact us on support@mt4professional.com. And Willie was asking about any current information on an upcoming summit. We have talked about the second one. We've had one earlier this year. Claudia and I will get together and we'll start looking at putting together another Trader Summit, where we'll get together with all of our MT4 professional users and go through a full 1 or 2 day workshop specifically on using MT4 Professional, setting up configurations, and even using them in our charts. So we'll do this live on Zoom, so that way there wouldn't be any travel specifically where needed. And so this is a good way to get up to speed very quickly on any of your applications for MT4 Professional. So we will send you an email when that has been finalized. Okay, Willie? Thank you for asking and for the information. So thank you very much for your time and attention today. As always, it was my pleasure. And thank you for being part of the MT4 professional community. Have a great day, and we will see you this same time in about 2 weeks. Bye for now.